Well, when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that.
Chosen Wilkins.
If you get aggravated, you're feeding into
made a lie and said that I tried to hurt myself. Chosen Wilkins.
Terrence Howard is stirring things up again. And this time, he's spilling the real tea about what went down behind the scenes when Empire was at the top of the game. He's exposing the chaos, the secrets, and the strange moves that surrounded Bryshere's downfall. And now, with those Epstein files dropping names left and right, it's starting to look like the entertainment world was tangled in something way darker than anyone imagined. Bryshere wasn't the only one caught up in this mess. People are whispering that there might be many more who face the same nightmare, maybe even worse. Most folks think Bryce just stepped away from Hollywood by choice and went into online content work to make a living. But that story is not even close to what really went down. Guess who witnessed it all from the sidelines?
You know, put this little kid to the hospital. How you send her to the hospital? Man, bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. Oh, I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time.
Terrence Howard. Rumor has it, he tried to step in and help Bryce when his mom and manager allegedly brought him around big industry players under what some people described as sketchy mentorship deals. But the truth is, Terrence couldn't do much. He wasn't family, and legally, his hands were tied. To make it even wilder, a few people who worked around them during that time have now started to speak up, saying what they saw was nothing short of shocking. The details are downright disturbing. Terrence Howard didn't hold back, and what he shared will leave you speechless. What's wild is that Terrence himself almost got caught up in a situation he later described as uncomfortable and totally unprofessional. Around that same time, there were already whispers flying around about shady and inappropriate dynamics involving young talents in the industry. But Terrence said he spotted the red flags early and got out fast. According to Terrence, Diddy personally reached out to him, claiming he needed an acting coach to help him prepare for a movie role he was supposedly working on. But get this, instead of hiring a real acting coach, Diddy wanted Terrence, a full-time actor, to do the job. That alone felt off, and Terrence admitted that looking back, the whole setup didn't seem legit or businesslike at all. Something about it just didn't sit right. And here's where things take an even darker turn. In that same interview, Terrence revealed that back then, Diddy already had a questionable reputation when it came to his relationships with younger men in the industry. One of those individuals was Bryshere. Now, Terrence never said Bryshere's name directly, probably for legal reasons, but everyone listening knew exactly who he was referring to. The silence in that room after he said it spoke volumes. You're probably wondering, why didn't Terrence step in harder to protect Bryshere? And why did everyone else around Bryshere just watch while things got so bad? Well, it all starts to make sense once you hear that his own mom was allegedly involved in the mess. Multiple insiders, including Jaguar Wright, have claimed that she was working hand in hand with Bryshere's former manager, Charlie Mack, to set this whole thing up. It's shocking stuff.
As his mom brought Yaz to Charlie, Charlie came and got me and was like, what you want to do? You doing gay and like, what is wrong with you, man?
Now, a lot of people love to label Jaguar as crazy, but let's be real. So many of the things she's been shouting about for years have started to pop up again in public conversations. Back when Bryshere was shining on Empire and being praised as Hollywood's next breakout star, Charlie apparently thought it would be smart to have him mentored by two industry powerhouses, Will and Diddy. On the surface, that sounded like a golden opportunity for Bryshere. Big names, big connections, big future, right? But fast forward to 2026, and that picture looks completely different. What once seemed like mentorship might have been something else entirely, and now many are saying Bryshere could have been way better off without those so-called mentors in his corner. But Jaguar didn't stop there. She came swinging even harder. She went all in on Bryshere's mom, accusing her of allegedly teaming up with Charlie to place Bryce in uncomfortable and inappropriate situations with some very powerful people in the industry. The accusations were explosive, and Jaguar didn't hold back for a second. According to her, Bryce's mom not only allowed these situations to happen, but also allegedly benefited from them financially while keeping quiet as serious misconduct was taking place behind closed doors. What makes it even worse is that Bryce was reportedly still a minor when all of this was happening, which makes the entire story even more disturbing to hear. And while it's not confirmed whether Bryce ever actually crossed paths with Epstein, especially since Epstein was already nearing the end of his life during that time, people have been whispering that he wasn't the only one involved. Many now believe Epstein was just one piece of a much larger, darker network that's been running deep through the entertainment industry for years. All these alleged victims were said to be moved around through powerful, secretive circles within that same hidden network, and it only gets wilder from there. One report even claimed that the reason Diddy's name didn't show up in the Epstein files was because he was supposedly hosting his own private gatherings, aiming to build power and influence among the industry's elite. That's the kind of claim that makes people's jaws drop. You seriously can't make this up. The entertainment world sounds more twisted than anyone could have imagined. Now, circling back to Jaguar's shocking claims about Bryshere's mom, she said there was actually a moment when Bryce's mother came to her in tears, begging for help. Allegedly, she confessed that she regretted ever introducing Bryce to Will and Diddy, realizing too late what kind of situation she might have placed him in. But even after that, Jaguar claimed Bryce's mom still let him stay in the industry, despite everything that was allegedly happening behind closed doors. And just when you think the drama can't possibly get any deeper, it does. Out of nowhere, brother Bilal, who's been part of the entertainment world for decades and even served as Will Smith's assistant, suddenly appeared online with his own side of the story. And from the sound of it, what he had to say shook everyone up. Brother Bilal didn't hold anything back when he sat down for that explosive interview with Tasha K. He dropped bombshell after bombshell, making jaw-dropping claims about Will Smith's personal life. At one point, he even alleged that he once walked in on what he described as an intimate encounter between Will and Dwayne Martin inside a dressing room. Now let's be clear, these claims have not been verified and remain purely Bilal's words, not mine. Still, the internet went wild when that story hit the airwaves.
Stay up till? I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning? What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot.
But it didn't stop there, not even close. Bilal later returned for another interview with Tasha K. And this time, the revelations cut even deeper. He claimed that during one trip to Chicago, he found himself alone with Bryshere, who allegedly became heavily intoxicated and broke down emotionally. It was during that supposed breakdown, Bilal said, that Bryce opened up about being hurt by certain powerful men in the industry. Men who, according to him, had left scars that went way beyond the surface. The tension in that moment was unreal. Now, since brother Bilal hasn't actually shown any solid proof to back up his shocking claims, a lot of people are still side-eyeing the whole story. Skepticism is high, and rightfully so. But at the same time, with Terrence Howard openly confirming that strange and questionable power dynamics do exist in the entertainment world, plenty of folks are starting to wonder if maybe Bilal isn't completely off base after all. And now that the Epstein files have resurfaced and taken over public conversations again, these kinds of allegations are hitting differently. For some people, it's starting to feel like all these scattered stories might actually connect, and that thought alone has the whole industry watching closely. But the story doesn't end there, not even close. Ever since all these claims started surfacing, insiders have been whispering that more names could soon come out, and the list might be a lot longer than anyone expected. People are saying that certain executives, producers, and even major artists have started to quietly distance themselves from anyone tied to these rumors, almost like they know something big is about to drop. Meanwhile, Terrence Howard has been standing his ground, saying he's ready to expose everything he knows, no matter who it shakes. He's even hinted that he kept receipts, messages, calls, and old documents that could change how people see some of Hollywood's most powerful figures. If that's true, things could get explosive real fast. The industry has gone silent for now, but the tension is thick. Everyone's waiting for the next name to fall, and when it does, it's gonna make serious waves.
Have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequence
yeah.
of when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay.
And just when people thought the storm was calming down, another twist hit the scene. Reports started circling that Terrence Howard might be planning to sit for a major tell-all interview, one that could finally pull back the curtain on everything he's been hinting at for months. Insiders say he's been approached by multiple media outlets, but he's being careful about who he talks to, because what he's holding could shake the entire foundation of the industry. Meanwhile, fans online are split. Some are cheering him on, saying it's about time someone told the truth, while others are nervous about what could happen once he starts naming names. One thing's for sure, Terrence isn't backing down. He's been quoted saying he's done protecting people who use their power the wrong way, and he's ready to let the truth breathe. With so many people already caught in this tangled web of secrets, if Terrence really goes through with this interview, it might just be the biggest revelation Hollywood's ever seen.
Now things are heating up even more because word on the street is that Terrence Howard's team has started gathering statements from people who used to work behind the scenes on Empire, assistants, makeup artists, and even production staff who saw things no one talked about back then. Some of them are reportedly ready to speak out, saying they were told to stay quiet or lose their jobs whenever something strange happened on set. If these people come forward, it could open the floodgates on what really went down during those peak years of the show. Insiders are already calling it the calm before the storm, claiming that big names are bracing for serious fallout once everything drops. Meanwhile, fans online are piecing together old interviews, posts, and footage, saying the signs were there all along. We just didn't notice. It's like the puzzle is finally starting to come together, and the picture it's forming is nothing short of shocking. Hollywood might want to prepare itself, because once those voices start talking, there's no putting the truth back in the box.
So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He was like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman.
And just when everyone thought they'd heard it all, whispers started flying that a few major streaming platforms are now keeping a close eye on Terrence Howard's upcoming moves. Rumor has it, some of them want to secure the exclusive rights to his tell-all story, not as a simple interview, but as a full documentary series that dives deep into the dark corners of the industry. If that deal happens, it could be one of the most explosive releases of the decade. At the same time, several publicists and big-name agencies are reportedly panicking behind the scenes, scrambling to protect their clients before Terrence starts naming more names. It's said that some lawyers have already been contacted, just in case things get messy once everything comes out. Fans are buzzing non-stop, saying that if Terrence drops this project, it might finally connect all the dots between the Empire drama, the hidden power circles, and all those mysterious industry rumors that have been floating around for years. Something big is clearly brewing, and when it hits, it's gonna shake Hollywood to its core. Now the tension is reaching a breaking point because sources say Terrence Howard isn't the only one ready to speak. A few former insiders connected to those same circles are preparing to back up parts of his story. Word is, some of them have been quietly collecting their own evidence, emails, recordings, even photos, all pointing toward the same group of powerful figures who thought they were untouchable. If any of that gets released, the fallout could be massive. Meanwhile, social media is on fire. Fans are digging through old clips and interviews, comparing details that suddenly seem to line up with what's being said now. People are calling it Hollywood's biggest reckoning, and honestly, it's starting to feel like that might not be an exaggeration. Insiders claim that Terrence has gone silent lately, not because he's backing down, but because his team is locking everything in place before making the next move. Everyone's waiting for that one major drop, the moment when the truth finally comes out and the names behind all these shadows are revealed for the world to see.
No, that your husband was... doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
They're good friend who...
Bilal told me, Jay, he told me that you knew what was in your child.
Things are getting downright electric now because it looks like Terrence Howard's silence might finally be coming to an end. Multiple insiders are saying he's gearing up for a live press appearance, one that could send shockwaves through the entire entertainment world. Rumor has it he's planning to share a preview of the evidence he's been holding on to, just enough to prove he's not bluffing. If that's true, it could flip the whole narrative overnight. Behind the scenes, the pressure is building fast. A few people who once worked closely with the big names mentioned in his story are reportedly trying to get ahead of the chaos, issuing statements, deleting old posts, and clarifying their ties before things explode. But it might be too late because fans are already connecting dots and calling out the suspicious timing of it all. Everyone's bracing for what's next. Industry insiders are saying that once Terrence speaks, there's no going back. It'll either expose a massive hidden truth or send the industry scrambling to cover its tracks. Either way, something huge is about to break. Now the countdown has officially begun. The entire industry is holding its breath as Terrence Howard's big reveal draws closer. Insiders claim that he's already scheduled the date and location for his press conference, and the buzz around it is unreal. Some say he's teaming up with an investigative journalist to make sure everything comes out clean and documented. No rumors, just facts. That alone has everyone watching like hawks. But here's where it gets wild. Several major public figures who were once close to Terrence are suddenly going radio silent. No interviews, no posts, no public sightings. It's like everyone's hiding out, waiting to see what he's going to expose next. People online are calling it Hollywood's quiet panic, and honestly, that name fits perfectly. Meanwhile, fans are rallying behind Terrence, saying they respect him for having the courage to speak up when most people would have stayed quiet. And if the whispers are true that he's about to drop undeniable proof, then we're about to witness a moment that could completely change the way Hollywood operates forever. The calm before this storm feels way too intense. The day of reckoning might finally be here. Reports say Terrence Howard is only hours away from stepping up to the mic for what's being called the most anticipated press event in years. Cameras are lining up, journalists are camped outside, and Hollywood insiders are whispering like never before. Everyone wants to know, what exactly is he about to show the world? According to sources close to the situation, Terrence's team has prepared a detailed presentation that includes files, screenshots, and timelines connecting major figures across film, music, and business circles. They say this isn't just gossip, it's a full-on expose meant to prove that everything he's hinted at for months actually ties together. If that's the case, it's gonna send shockwaves through every corner of the entertainment scene.
Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
In that interview, he said a lot. He said
everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith and Jaden and Bryshere and
Meanwhile, social media is going crazy. Hashtags with Terrence's name are trending everywhere, and fans are refreshing their feeds non-stop, waiting for the moment he steps in front of that camera. The tension is unreal. No one knows what names he'll drop or what secrets might finally come to light. But one thing's for sure, Hollywood won't be the same after today. And then it happened. Terrence Howard finally took the stage, standing tall and calm under a sea of flashing cameras. The crowd went silent as he opened a thick folder, looked straight into the lenses and said, "It's time the truth comes out." That single line sent chills through the entire room. Everyone leaned in, waiting for what came next. Terrence began laying out his story piece by piece, connecting timelines, showing names, and sharing moments that had everyone gasping. He didn't scream, he didn't dramatize, he just spoke with that heavy calm that comes from someone who's been holding things in for way too long. You could feel the tension rise with every word. He stopped short of naming every person involved, but the clues he dropped were enough for people online to start connecting dots within minutes. Comment sections exploded, live streams crashed, and social media turned into a frenzy. By the time he walked off that stage, the entire entertainment world was spinning. People weren't just talking about showbiz drama anymore. They were talking about accountability, power, and how deep the secrets in Hollywood might really go. The aftermath of Terrence Howard's reveal was pure chaos. Hollywood hasn't seen anything like it in years. Within minutes of the conference ending, news outlets were scrambling to verify the claims, lawyers were making phone calls, and publicists were working overtime trying to protect their clients' images. Some stars even started turning off their comments and wiping their pages clean, hoping to dodge the wave of attention that just crashed through the industry. But the internet wasn't letting it go, not this time. Fans began digging through old interviews, red carpet clips, and archived posts, matching details from Terrence's statements to real events that had been brushed off years ago. Every hour, new connections were popping up, and suddenly people were realizing just how long these patterns might have been happening. Meanwhile, Terrence's name is trending across every major platform. Some call him brave for standing up and exposing what so many ignored, while others warn that he's poked the bear and might be risking everything. Either way, one thing's for sure, the silence in Hollywood has officially been broken, and the shockwaves from this moment aren't slowing down anytime soon. The reaction online has been absolutely explosive. Comments are pouring in from every corner, and people are not holding back. One person said, "This is insanity. So many powerful people across industries need to be investigated." Another shared, "Bryshere, my heart goes out to you and anyone else who may have experienced exploitation." Those words echo how millions are feeling right now, shocked, heartbroken, and demanding answers. It's clear that this story has struck a deep nerve. The spotlight isn't just on the celebrities anymore. It's on the entire system that's been protecting the wrong people for too long. Viewers are calling for full accountability, saying it's time the truth comes out, no matter how uncomfortable it gets. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about these allegations surrounding Bryshere and the powerful figures being mentioned? Do you believe more accountability is needed in the entertainment industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm reading all of them. And hey, if you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. Click right here to watch the next video. You won't believe what's revealed there.